weekend, we got to ask a couple defenders post game about this, but like you guys obviously like much improved second half.
Right.
Just what were some of the particulars that you guys maybe talked about at halftime or adjustments you guys really made to kind of buckle down and be as effective as you were in the second half of the game?
We should lock in and do your job. And when we do our job, everything works out perfectly for us. It's just lock in, play with our intensity, play with our defensive hit, relentless effort, violent tackling, and elite mental execution. It'll be perfectly fine. And so that's what we went out there and did. We can't start off slow no more. We're not a team. We're not a defense. We need to start off slow. We're just not. We need to be somebody who's there off the jump and has like a foot in their neck off the jump. And it shouldn't be something that progresses over game. We need to come out swinging.
So really a lot more of it was like just about the effort you guys were putting in, and it wasn't as much about like things Cal were doing and kind of adjusting to that, or it was just mostly kind of about the energy there.
No, it was literally about us doing our job, like literally doing our job. Like you're gonna like if you just look at the film, like you just spotted them like you just spotted them some points where like you really shouldn't have. Or if we just did our job, then it would have been perfectly fine. So it was just us doing our job. That's all. Like he just looked at us like, what are you doing? Let's lock in. Let's play our solid defense. Let's not get caught into what's going on. Blah blah blah. Just go out there and do what we need to do, and we did it.
Does that go for the pass rush too? It felt like the pass rush intensified for Auburn in the second half. You guys did a better job of getting to the Cal quarterback. Was that also just a matter of players?
I mean, honestly, I don't really know how true I'll say that is because. Like I look at the first big conversion they had. Eugene comes flying off the edge and it hits the running back into the quarterback. Quarterback's knee throws his back like that. So I wouldn't say like the pass rush is intensified. Like no, like that's. Yeah, it's pretty much like just everybody doing their job. It all works the same. When one person busts on defense, it makes it look like the whole thing's going down, which is not the case at all. So
Keldrick had hits on the quarterback too, which were earlier than that, I think.
Yeah.
Dorian, did you expect to have such a big role when you first decided to come here?
Yes. Yeah, I'm a competitor. I like to say, like, as a competitor, as a player, like, looking at myself in general, like, there's not really times you can look at, like, yourself in eye, but when you're looking at yourself when you're about to go to a new school and anything like that, you wonder, like, okay, like, is it going to be a place where I fit in? Is it going to be a place where I can grow? And as a competitor, like, you expect yourself to be you expect yourself to be, like, to go out there, compete, and put yourself in a position where you can go play at the highest level and with the guys on the field, so.
You feel like you fit in here and you can grow here?
Yeah, I feel perfectly fine here. I feel like the team is literally what I need, not only on the team side of it, but on, like, the outside of it, and just, like, yeah, I can fit in perfectly.
You got a couple defensive linemen in front of you who are getting their first real taste of college football action. Davis, a true freshman, Bobby redshirted last year.
Don't seem like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did those guys feel like they fit in right there in college?
Yeah. I feel like those guys. The best thing you have to, the one thing you need to play at this level is confidence. Confidence, and once you're confident, like you can really do anything. There's no such thing as a mistake. There's no such thing as anything. You go out there and play fast. You're not hesitating. So. As my job, as our job as linebackers, we need to make their life as easy as possible. We don't need them to be scrambling around, wondering where to get lined up. No, we need to execute, getting them the call, letting them know what the call is, and so they can just line up and play ball. Because once they just line up and play ball and have a clear mind, they're really, really good football players. And so we just need to keep it like that. And so I'll do my part of it. The linebackers do our part of it, of making sure that they have a clear mind to be able to go out there and play. They don't have to think. They can just play. Because once they do, they don't seem like true freshmen or their first time out there playing at all.
Speaking of playing in front of you, Keldrick seemed like he had a pretty good game. What do you think about him?
I think Keldrick's amazing. I like playing next to Keldrick. I like playing next to Keldrick. He's somebody who's going to always run to the ball. It's a race to get to the quarterback. It's a race to get a tackle. It's how football should be. It makes it more fun. It makes it more competitive. I remember a play where we have like 8 guys on like the going one way, they throw it back to a screen on the other side of the field, and Keldrick runs it down the other side of the field and gets there. And that's the play we highlighted in the meeting, like, this is what relentless effort looks like. And I'm happy it showed up on the stat sheet for him, because a lot of times in the defensive line room, what they do on the football field doesn't really show up on the stat sheet. Sometimes when our DBs make interceptions, it's not going to show up that they pushed the tackle into the quarterback's face, which made him do that. It's not going to show up that way. And I'm happy it was able to show up for him that way, and he gets the credit he deserves.
You were saying that, in the second half, you guys just on defense, like, you knew what you had to do. You just do your job and it would work out. Do you guys kind of feel the same way about the offense, maybe just like hey, you know what they're capable of, that y'all have confidence they can kind of get it going here over these next few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, like, they have the best offensive minds in the game, like, on their side of the ball. Like, I really have no like, distrust or anything that something like our job, like, for us as a defender, like, on us on the defensive side, we go into the team and we don't talk about what the offense did at all.
Sure.
They should not have had 21 points. Like, that, we should not let them get that many points. They need to have. They just don't. People don't need to be scoring the ball on us that easy, and especially when it's dumb mistakes that we're doing on the field that cause it. So, like, we need to prevent that, and that's what we can control. And so that's what we focus on all the time.
Caleb Harris played quite a bit in the second half. Another guy, it's his first real taste of college football. He seems to have fit right in.
I'm super proud of Caleb. His locker is about 3-4 lockers down from mine. I talk to him all the time, and that's a guy who you can tell, like, that's a guy who I'm also proud of, that the work he's putting in on the offseason is really showing up now, because what he did in this past summer, and you can tell, like, on the football field, like, Fanaja came in and he was talking to me. He said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "You out there with a freshman?" Like, we were just talking casual conversation. He said, "18's a freshman?" I said, "Yeah, he's a freshman. He does not act like a freshman safety at all. He talks a lot, like, which is like 100, which is a must-have as on defense, especially to have a lot of playing time and to have a big role as he's going to have, and as he's earned. And so I'm super proud of him, because he's somebody else who's out there who's not acting like a freshman at all. He's acting like he's been here for a couple of years. He's understanding the defense. I ask sometimes I'm on the field, if I'm confused, I'll look to him, and I've trusted him that he knows what he's doing, because he's put the time in to really understand this defense, and it shows.
Looking ahead to New Mexico, without revealing a game plan, how do you kind of go about defending a QB that can extend the play like the one New Mexico has?
I say cage in the pocket, keep an eye on the quarterback at all times, and just really that's the main thing. Like, our D line's gonna be disruptive. They're gonna affect the quarterback, so we expect them to try to skip the pocket fast, and so we're gonna have to just tackle them.
Great job. Appreciate it.
Thank you.